We have been compromised. With the fall of Epsilon Base, Galcian intelligence acquired the satellite data and coordinates of our expedition's destination. They believe that whatever lies at the center of the Dreamlands, our target, is Kartoba, the birthplace of our existence on Kharak, and the key to their ascension.
That's not all. Having decrypted the Galcian base data, I found a message from my brother embedded in the code.
Rachel, if you find this, you know I've been taken prisoner by the Galcian forces. One of the artifacts they've unearthed is the trigger to a weapon of vast, destructive power. They do not yet understand what they possess, but I do, and I have a plan. I know you're coming. Be ready.
The Kahad Sajuk's fleet is making for the primary anomaly. With no other choice but to resupply, we need to rendezvous with the Coalition landers inbound from Tyr. Surrounded by desert, the only place they can set down is the Kashar Plateau, located here. Coordinates locked in.
Landers, both Sujet and Sadim, are currently inbound, which means we need to secure that plateau.
There are multiple access points. All units prepare to engage the enemy and take the high ground.
Ready. Set new heading.
Salvage your copies. Displace to that CU field.
Send message. Copy. Coordinates set. Receiving. On our way.
The Sakala have engaged Galcian forces, delaying their arrival.
New coordinates verified.
New coordinates verified.
Reading.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot.
Turret ahead. We need to avoid its line of fire.
Enemy contacts on the board. New heading set. Green line confirmed. Hostile range craft destroyed. Move out. Ready for command. Armored vehicle is taking fire. Strike fighter taking fire.
Intel, with the data from the Galcian base decrypted, we have gained access to new research on artifact technology and how our enemy is using it.
Excellent. Thank you, Rachel. New upgrades to the Kapisi's fabrication systems are now available.
Receiving.
Recommend commencing upgrades now.
Armored vehicle has been destroyed.
The Galcian are dug in behind heavy turret emplacements. In order to punch through, we require a heavily armored cruiser.
Railgun long.
Upgrade the Kapisi's fabrication facilities to produce battle cruisers.
Turret down. Let's get moving.
Hostile armor eliminated. Cruiser ready. Green line confirmed.
We're ready for orders. Advance to mark CUs.
Armored vehicle locked. Alert. Rachel is under fire.
Alert.
Ready for command.
Hostile approach confirmed.
Confirmed. Alerts 2 and 3 just went. Enemy railgun eliminated.
Reposition! Reposition!
Strike copies. Acknowledged. Guarding support cruiser. Make ready. New sector designated. Move out.
Make sure you mark and catalog those areas.
Go for artillery. Target acknowledged. Easy copy. Missile sequence initiated. Target set. Launch.
Alert. Multiple cruisers detected atop the plateau.
CU field expended. RU site exhausted. Sector alert. Hostile activity is being tracked in the area. CU's exhausted. Copy that. Science team standing by when you need us.
Battle report. Enemy cruiser destroyed. This is the captain. Get us moving.
Research completed.
Salvage are ready. Displace to that CU field.
Send message.
This is Rachel. Go ahead. Science officer en route.
Ready. Send. This is the captain.
Research completed.
Runner. Move order confirmed.
Reporting. We're moving. Standing by. Research completed. An RU site has been depleted.
We have real-time scans coming back. Stay alert.
CU field depleted.
Ready. Send.
CU deposit depleted.
Reading. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. We got something on the horizon. Waiting for eyes on to authenticate. Enemy production cruiser sighted. Engage and destroy.
Strike fighter.
We got a railgun under fire. Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Enemy armor disabled. Hostile armor incoming. Strike trap destroyed. Target ship. Battle report. Ready. Enemy production cruiser destroyed.
Set new heading.
Alert. The VC is taking fire. Alert. This carrier is taking fire. Strike fighter destroyed. Strike fighter taking hostile fire.
Acknowledged. Reporting. Base runner is en route.
Crew ready. Cleared to launch. Tracking target. Keep it steady. Monitor direction.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack course set. All hands.
Threat passing through.
Hostile strike craft down.
Heavy missiles loaded and ready. Go for artillery. Load all tubes. Show them what this thing can do. Assume guard position. Maneuver out. We read you.
relay. Hostile cruiser eliminated. Proximity warning in effect. Hostiles designated.
Research completed. Systems online. Weapon range systems currently active. Armor systems active. Warning, systems overheating. Feed power into main cooling systems. Be advised, system heat levels are stabilizing. Weapon range systems currently active. Research completed. Sector operators contact report. Rally point set. Move to location.
Missile sequence initiated. Cleared to launch. Enemy production cruiser has appeared in the AO. Attention.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed. Assault cruiser ready for assignment.
Set. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated. We've detected something. Can you confirm visual?
Research completed. Battle cruiser fabrication online.
Command, recommend constructing battle cruisers to deploy against Gaussian fortifications. Take him out.
Crew ready. Battle report. Enemy cruiser destroyed. Armor ready. Escort that craft. Make ready.
Research completed.
Cruiser copies. New coordinates verified. Attention.
We do not have enough RUs. Runner. Fleet Group 3 assigned. Battle cruiser operational.
Reporting. New coordinates verified. Set new heading. Reporting. Set new heading. Support ready.
Assault cruiser ready for assignment.
Reporting. Set new heading. Capisi copies.
We lack sufficient RUs.
Reading. Be advised. Tracking hostiles. Cruise missile launch ready. Target set. Launch. Ready. Send. Hostiles designated. Trackers assigned.
Support ready. Move out and be ready.
Cruiser copies. Get this battle cruiser into the fray. Ready. New coordinates verified. Cruiser ready. Copy. On our way. Grid updated.
Ready. We're moving.
Sent message.
Fleet Group 2 assigned.
Make ready.
Runner. Science officer en route.
Ready. Enemy armor on approach.
This is Rachel. Go ahead. New heading set.
Ready for command. Set new heading.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines on.
Standing by. Engage hostile.
Support cruiser under attack. Immediate fire support on that position. Artillery cruiser under attack. Units respond. Hostile armor eliminated. Enemy production cruiser sighted. Engage and destroy. We've got hostile on sensors. Confirm visual.
Coordinates confirmed.
Cruiser ready. Grid updated. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. Reporting. Copy. Coordinates set.
Reporting. Move order confirmed.
Combat relay. Hostile production cruiser eliminated.
Ready. Reading you. Reading you. Runner copies.
Reference. Ready. Send. Stand by for launch authentication sequence. Target set. Missile away. All hands. Hostile armor incoming.
CU site exhausted. CU field depleted.
We're ready for orders. RU coordinates acquired. Moving the site.
Send message. Going mobile.
Support ready. New coordinates verified.
Reporting. Ready. Cruiser ready.
Receiving 5 by 5. 5x5.
RU site exhausted. Operations update. RUs in the region have been drained.
Reporting. Receiving 5x5. Unidentified hostile incoming. Authenticate.
CUs exhausted.
Capisi copies. Coordinates confirmed. Capisi moving out.
CU field expended.
Salvager ready.
Ready. Green line confirmed.
We're going to get live scan reports
Reporting.
back. Be ready to adjust.
This is the captain.
CU deposit depleted. CU field expended. CUs exhausted. CU field depleted.
Cruise missile launch ready. Target locked. Fire.
Railgun enhancements online. CU site exhausted.
Hostile detected. Visual unconfirmed. Attention.
Research completed. Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Support cruiser under attack. Immediate fire support on that position. Hostile railguns have opened up. Hostile range craft destroyed. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated.
Tracking contact. Confirmed. Engage on site.
Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach. Go ahead. Get this cruiser into the
Ready.
fleet.
Exchange switching to manual. Contact. Heavy missiles loaded and ready.
Attention. Ready. Send.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot. Tracking armored craft on approach. Enemy contacts on the board. Combat
Strike fighter
relay.
coordinates
Hostile
dialed in.
cruiser eliminated. Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Capisi unidentified craft on approach. Mark the bearing.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack course set. Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Enemy armor disabled. The captain.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe.
Research completed.
Sequence initiated. Target set. Missile away.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot. Ready.
Copy.
Hostile armor eliminated.
Copy.
Battle report. Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Support ready. Move out.
Send message. Copy. On our way.
Salvage your copies. Identified RU site on scanner. Conducting sweep.
Runner, go ahead. Base runner is en route.
Reading.
Runner. Rachel.
Enemy armor on approach.
Check your intakes. Monitor for any pressure inconsistencies.
Ready for command. Green line confirmed.
Make ready.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot. Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending. Enemy armor disabled. Strike craft destroyed. PC copy.
CUs exhausted. Research completed.
Reading.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. Alert! Alert! BC carrier is taking fire.
South carrier alert. All section officers to remain in station.
Hostile armor eliminated.
Go ahead.
The railgun is taking effective fire. Enemy railgun firing on friendly.
Ready. Lay down.
Enemy railgun eliminated. This is the captain. Ready, send.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated. We got something on the horizon. Waiting for eyes on to authenticate. Weapons. Standby. Hostile designated. Marked bearing. Target locked. Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach. Alert, railgun down. Attention. Alert, battle cruiser is taking fire. Position marked.
Base runner online. Time to wait.
Hostile range craft destroyed.
Base runner responding. Reading you, Command. Copy. We're on the way.
Runner copies. Science officer responding. Operator CENTCOM, please confirm negative hostile contacts for your sector. Runner copies.
Cruiser here. I know they're out
Runner
there
copies.
somewhere, but all scan returns are negative. We hit something, you'll be first to know.
Runner copies. Runner copies.
Reading.
Alert, LAV down.
Ready. Copy. Escorting support cruiser. Reporting.
Salvage are ready.
Get us moving. Enemy armor disabled.
Battle cruiser ready. Destination set.
Acknowledged. Control Group 3 designated. Green, reposition.
Send orders. Proceed to our use site. What do you need?
PC reading.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack course set. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. Hostiles designated. Trackers assigned. Enemy production cruiser has appeared in the AO. Hostile strike craft down. Enemy armor on approach. Alert. Hostile battle cruiser inbound. Make ready.
Bomber to launch deck.
Bomber online. Ready for launch.
Armored assault modifications carried out.
Captain. Alert. Hostile siege cruiser sighted.
CU field depleted.
Bomber ready. New heading set.
CU site exhausted.
Make ready. Listen up.
CU field expended.
Hostile armor eliminated. Attention. Battle report. Enemy production cruiser destroyed.
CU deposit depleted. Carrier warning. Heat levels are spiking. Reroute power to avoid system damage. CU field expended.
Cruiser ready. Green light to proceed. Move.
PC, go ahead.
Research completed. Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Hostile light attack vehicle detected.
Strike
Hostile
fighter coordinates
detected.
dialed.
Visual unconfirmed. Alert. Set.
Enemy AA units on the plateau. Our airspace is compromised. They must be removed.
Contact. Designate as hostile.
Gaussian bombers inbound.
Good copy.
Prepare anti-air units.
Op ready. Copy that. Bugging out. Enemy railgun eliminated.
The Sakala has disengaged from enemy forces and now on approach to the plateau.
Enemy armor disabled. Go for Capizzi.
Systems ready. On our way. RU's identified. Advance and evaluate.
Ready for assignment. We're cleared to move. Let's go. Roger. Coordinates confirmed.
Rachel here. We're moving out. Spool up. Reading you. Runner copies. Reading you.
Carrier copies. Carrier here.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Alert. Hostile siege cruiser sighted. Hostile armor incoming. We've detected something. Can you confirm visual? En route. Hostile armor eliminated. Move order. Strike fighter taking fire. Op ready. Copy. Returning to carrier. Go ahead. Copy. Hostile production cruiser verified. Take it out. Go for orders. Ready. Send.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot.
Strike fighter coordinates.
Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach. Engines hot.
RU deposit depleted.
Op ready.
Be advised, an RU site has
Go
been
for
exhausted of resources. Artifact position locked in. Secure it.
Salvage array ready. We got an assignment. Salvage your copies.
Artifact recovered.
Salvage
Authentication confirmed.
Cruiser reading. Proceed to new coordinates.
Salvage are ready. Proceed to RU site.
We've got hostile on sensors. Confirm visual. Capizzi copies.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack course set. Artillery cruiser in contact. Provide fire support. Hostile railguns opened up. Reading.
An RU site has been depleted.
Alert. Siege cruiser verified in the AO. Respond. Weapons. Stand by for cruise missile launch coordinates. Target set. Launch.
RU deposit depleted.
Tracking armored craft on approach.
A Gaussian assault force is approaching. Hold the plateau.
Battle report. Hostile siege cruiser eliminated.
Rachel here. We're cleared to move. See you site exhausted.
PC, go ahead.
CU's exhausted. CU deposit depleted. CU field depleted. Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack course set. Hostile detected.
Strike fighter
Visual unconfirmed.
dialed in.
Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. Be advised, tracking hostile. Enemy armor disabled. Attention.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Hostile armor incoming. Enemy production cruiser sighted.
Armor to launch.
Engage and destroy.
Copy that. Bomber on deck. Go ahead.
Reading.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines on. This is the captain.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Strike craft destroyed. Ready to burn.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the fight.
Contact confirmed. Please respond.
Copy that. Point defense is up and tracking. Better not think we're an easy target.
Target confirmed. Launch bomber.
Bomber set for launch.
Hostile range craft destroyed. Be ready.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines
Light
on.
attack vehicle enhancements online.
Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated.
Bomber to launch deck.
Bomber on deck. Set to launch.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn.
Go ahead. Green line confirmed.
Hostile armor eliminated.
Ready. Fleet Group 3 assigned.
Carrier here.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Go ahead. Course set. Attention.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Enemy armor disabled. We got something on the horizon. Waiting for eyes on to authenticate. Enemy armor on approach. Go for carrier. Alert. Enemy
Strike
heavy
fighter
cruiser
vector
detected.
dialed in.
Attack course set.
Bomber to launch deck.
Bomber set for launch.
Battle cruiser is facing resistance. Position marked.
The plateau has been secured. Excellent work.
to hold this landing zone.
Personal log. Intelligence Officer Nathan Sajet. Expedition Carrier Capisi. Back home, the tide of war is starting to turn. Our men and women are fighting door to door, reclaiming entire neighborhoods as they push back these Galcian invaders. But here, the Kahad Sajuk's fleet is approaching our expedition's target as we are forced to sit and wait on landers inbound from Tyr. We are so close, yet with every hour we fall further behind our enemy. The future of our expedition depends on those flight crews. Roach, you crazy SOB. You're the best lander pilot I've ever known. If anyone can do this, it's you. You better not have forgotten that bottle I asked for.